I have a lot of things to say, and it's taken me about a month to figure out how I'm going to say this or how I want to, because there's just been a lot of change. There's a lot going on, and it does affect people in my life. So I'm going to kind of say the announcement piece first so that you don't have to watch this lengthy video, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. But basically, the posing classes that I teach every single week that I've taught for 7 years straight are only going to run through April. So the classes that I teach every Tuesday, some Saturdays in Louisville, at Powerhouse Gym, that is going to run through the Kentucky Derby show here. So April 25th is the date of the show. So we will have class from now until April, but then I'm going to have to shut it down. That doesn't mean that I'm going to teach posing at all. That just means that my capacity limitations are going to prevent posing class. So I am going to be open for one-on-one individual private sessions in person, and I do teach online posing individual. So those two options will still exist, but the beginner class, the open class that I've taught since I've had my business, are going to have to subside. And what that means is that is going to affect people who are doing fall shows. So from April until probably October, there is not going to be posing class from me. There will be private and individual sessions available. So in order to replace the class omission, what I've done is I've created posing tutorial videos that will be essentially a general course, very basic. It is not individualized, but hopefully that will allow those who are hopefully not, if you miss this message or if the timing is off and I'm not offering class, I am offering posing tutorial videos as part of my community that I'm building this year. And so that essentially should replace class. So you will have access to those. I'll post some links and some more details as we go along. But since I'm not going to be at the capacity to teach class, I've extended myself to try to create these videos in place of that. The other thing that's going to affect, which is so hard, my art clients, my art commission pieces availability. I'm still available to take on art commissions, but if you need a piece before, we'll just say July, even if you need a piece from July until September, I have to take those orders now, and I cannot guarantee that I'm going to get them finished in like 2 weeks. It's going to be more like months. So if you're interested in a piece, if you have a piece in mind from now until September or October, it would probably be a good idea for you to go ahead and get your orders placed and your spots held. And it's just going to take me a little bit longer to get these pieces done. So that's what I have to say. If you would like to stop listening now. There's a lot more to this though. And so the reason, if you care, why I have to do things this way is there's been a lot of changes in sort of the timeline of how things I'm used to. So for the last 16 years, I've kind of had just the way I run my business, the way I construct my business is different this year because of show scheduling. And so I intend to compete in the Chicago Pro in July and also the Kentucky Muscle Pro here in September. And so what that means is I'm not going to be able to, I just don't have the capacity to extend myself like I normally would when in the past the shows have been a little bit later, so like November, October. So by the show schedule shifting forward, that not only affects my personal competition prep, but it also affects my competition clients who are getting ready for that show. And it also affects my posing clients. So in the weeks prior, in the months prior to the Kentucky Muscle, I'm going to be competing myself. And so I as much as I love it, my biggest struggle in life is choosing between the things that I love. And you guys know that I do a lot. Sometimes I don't realize how much I do. And it's just because I love so many things. So last fall, I kind of went through this process where I was like, I've now my window is opening. And I know that sounds crazy because it's like autumn, the window's been open. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to test my potential as a human in specific areas of my life. And so I've been very fortunate to be able to come this far. I'm 32 and I'll be 33 this year. And I 100% believe I can do it. But my goal has always been to get to the Olympia by the time I'm 35 and be competitive at the Olympia. And I don't just want to do it once. I want to see how far I can take this. And I was like, why am I waiting until I'm 35? That's 2 years away. So that's ridiculous. If I can make it happen now, then I should, because these things aren't guaranteed and life happens, shit happens. So I'm ready to go. I'm so ready to do this. I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of, I've learned a lot of lessons. And so now I'm ready to just push it and make the Olympia happen for myself. There's a difference between like waiting and, paying your dues. I've paid a lot of dues. I still have some to pay, but it's like, I think I can make this happen. And so that's going to require me to stop, spreading myself so thin and dispersing all of my energy. And I just really am curious. I know I have a powerful mind, and it's fun. It's very fun. And once I get a vision in my head, then it becomes just like an equation, like where I fill in the blanks and then I do the work that's required. And so I would like to see what it's like to harness all of my energy and condense it in one direction. So here, as I start my prep for the Chicago Pro, I think I think that's what's happening. I don't know. I've worked so hard. I've worked so hard to get here. 16 years of my life. I've worked to get here, and I want to enjoy that. It's time for me to not stop, just slow down and like kind of pull back a little so that I can, not so that I can work less or that it's less demanding, but conserve myself so that I can put all of my energy into one thing, because I have never done that. I've never been able to look at myself and say, Autumn, you gave 300% to this one thing. Usually I give 100% to a lot of things, and that's cool that I can do that. I don't know how, but why am I doing this if I can't enjoy it? So it's like the only thing that keeps going through my mind is like, if you are riding a bike uphill, there's a lot of drive and a lot of work, and you have to generate a lot of energy, and you get accustomed to that energy to where it becomes normal, that expenditure, And I think this year I would like to at least ride at a normal pace, or maybe like enjoy the hill, enjoy the momentum a little bit, because I've been going, especially these last couple of years, I've been generating a lot, and I expose a lot of that, but really only me and my boyfriend Derek knows how much both of us have generated. And I don't need people to know that. It's just there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that people don't see too, and that, I don't know. I'm ready for a break, not to stop, but to start to reap the benefits of what we've created, Derek and I. And I've planted a lot of seeds along the way, and I'm ready to appreciate them coming to fruition. And so in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to choose, just for a short amount of time, where I'm going to place my energy. And I consider myself very lucky to be in that position. And in fact, I couldn't be in this position if it wasn't for all of the support and people helping me even get to this point. So it's hard because I'm so grateful and I feel so blessed to have these opportunities, but at the same time, I catch myself in this battle of like, yeah, I can do that. That'd be fun. Or like, I would love to help somebody or whatever, but I'm also having to make these really hard decisions and say, is this a wise choice? And how crucial is this? Is this going to cost me, or is this going to help? There's a lot of questions. And so, unfortunately, even no matter how badly I want to do something, my answer for the next 6 months, at least 6-7 months, is going to be, yeah, I wish I could, but unfortunately I'm at my capacity right now. And that is my hardest lesson this year, is to recognize, I'm not going to call them my limitations because I don't believe that, but recognizing where starting to cross over the line of helping me keep that momentum. And so I'm going to have to train myself to pull back, not overcommit myself, not overextend myself, really stay within my boundaries of what I'm able to offer for other people. So that means that unfortunately I can't afford to donate my time right now, or my services or my energy, because that costs. And I always love to help people, but I need to help myself now. And I need to help the people who are very close to me, who have invested in me now, and repay those things first. And so it's just like a ripple effect, and I can't help the outer circles of that ripple until I help the inner circles first. And so that's where I'm putting my energy. And not only am I going to be very taxed and tested with my own competition prep, that is physically draining, but it's very important to me that I take care of the people who've invested in me. And so my other priority right this year is to be a good coach. And I opened up online coaching last year, and I can't believe the response that it's getting. And so it's crucial and it's necessary that I'm there for my competitors, the people who have hired me and entrusted me to be their coach and be a good leader. And I want to be there for my clients. So when I overextend myself, I'm always questioning, am I doing everything that I can for them? And so I'm going to be there for myself, and I'm going to be there for my clients. And that's my priority. That's my team. Those are my people. I love everybody. I love my community, but those people are trusting me to do a good job, and I want to do my absolute best for them. And so I want to keep that connection with my clients, and I don't want to get so overloaded and so busy that I start to feel negligent, or that I lose that connection, or that I can't, give myself to them, and to my friends. Actually, I want to clear time in my schedule so I can hang out with my family again. Like every single prep, I have to say, yeah, I want to, but I have to choose. I can come to this event or that one, but not both. And not because of food and restrictions, just literally the time and the energy that I have. And so I want to leave more room so that when my dad says, hey, do you want to grab coffee? I can right away say, yeah, no problem. I don't have to check my schedule. It's like, yes, definitely. Or a family gathering, or someone's birthday party, or a wedding. Like, I want to do those things. That to me is the definition of being a professional and being a balanced human being. I love my sport, and I'm willing to sacrifice for my sport, but sometimes it sucks that I have to miss things. And so I want to create more time for myself so that I can spend the time that I can't get back with the people who have put all of their support and love into what I do. That makes me happy. So I want to be a good competitor, and I want to be a good coach, but I want to be a good girlfriend and a good pet mom to my dogs, and a good daughter and a good sister and a good best friend. And I know I can do those things if I just stop extending myself. So there is a lot of reason that I've tried to go over in my head and like justify this. I'm okay with it, but sometimes I feel like it's better if I explain from this perspective, because there are a lot of people who will see this and they don't know me. They don't care. That's fine. It's really, I want to prevent people being unprepared and caught off guard when I don't have classes listed, or they need something by a specific date and I just can't offer it. So this is also a very important step, I think. I owe it to myself, but I also owe it to the people who are investing in me as a person. And I have a lot of mentors here who have given me so much of their time and guidance that it would be kind of a slap in the face if I didn't listen and like do everything in my power to make these things happen. I think we would all kind of just be like frustrated if I almost got there and then I missed it by just a hair. I owe it to my sponsors. I have some amazing sponsors who are helping me get where I need to go, and we all share the same vision. So my promise to them is, in representing them, is to be the best athlete that I can. That's what I take pride in, as being a sponsored athlete, is you're helping me become the best athlete that I can. So it's up to me to make the choices to set the boundaries for other things that are not helping me be the best athlete that I can, whether that's time or recovery or capacity or activities or whatever. And so this has been a very hard decision, but I know it's the right decision. I'm taking a huge leap of faith here in myself. Every time I say that, something really cool happens. So it's scary because this is my income, and this is my business. This is how I make my money, and this is how I support myself. This is how I pay for my competition expenses. This is how I kind of give back. I mean, I have to charge for this because that's how I pay my bills, but I know that I spend extra time with athletes, and I love giving pep talks, and if I had all the time in the world, I would just hang out all day with my people and just tell them everything that I know and teach them lessons and listen. But I do extend a lot of my time, and it's just very challenging, and it's scary to think, oh, I've done it this way for several years, like 7 years I've done it this exact way. So for me to pull back on that scares the shit out of me, because what if I fail? What if my people fail? What if, I don't know, like, it just kills me to think like, oh, I could help this person and then just not help them. It drives me nuts. So it'll work out. I know that by me taking this year to be a little bit more selfish and like go chase. I haven't chased after something for, like, last year was a learning experience. It allowed me to see where I fall in the world of the IFBB and all over the country and at different calibers of competitions. And that was a very good year. I am so happy with last year. And the year before that, I was trying to close my amateur chapter and like get the damn pro card. So it's, I had 15 years of fighting for this one thing, and now it's like, okay, well, now what do I want? And I see exactly what I want, and I'm ready to make it happen. And so that chase is important. I'm not going to do this forever. I'm not going to be able to compete forever, and I don't ever want to take that for granted. It's competing is a luxury, and now is the time. And so I'm going to take a leap of faith and put it into my work, in my preparation, in myself, and it'll be okay. My main concern is that maybe somebody doesn't see this message, and then they contact me over the summer and they're like, hey, I'm ready for posing class. And I'm like, hey, sorry, it's not there. So please, even if you're not competing until the fall, late summer, fall, if you're doing the Kentucky Open in August, or if you're doing the Kentucky Muscle in September, do not wait to come to posing class. You cannot start too early. Even in my off season, I practice every single week, if not multiple times a week. So it will not kill you to come into class while it's here. Again, it'll be until May 1st. There will be no more classes. From me, I am going to share a lot of people are holding free posing clinics. Like, I'm sharing all of those things because I still want people to be able to take advantage of those. But for me, please don't wait until the summer, until it's too late to come to class, if that's going to benefit you. So check the schedule. I'm going to post the link to the class schedule. You can see all of the classes right now. Go ahead and get into class, and then if closer to show, then if you've come to class a few times, then the private sessions, the individual sessions are going to benefit you a lot more, I promise. You'll probably need less individual sessions if you can get into class sooner. So don't wait on that. Don't procrastinate on that. Or at least know that the posing tutorial videos are going to be an option as well. So I'll be sharing more details along the way. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. There's my life. That's what I've been thinking about for the last like 6 weeks. But yeah, I really can't thank everybody enough for the support. Like the people who have talked to about this stuff. It's a great feeling to know that they understand and they're encouraging and they're like, yeah, go do that. I'm so lucky to have that kind of support from my friends, and like I said, my mentors, the people who are helping me live this life. I can't do it by myself. So cool. It feels right. It feels like the right decision. Glad I finally got the words out, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to post whatever links and details to posing, art things. I'll probably make like a separate post for that because there's a lot of stuff. So be watching for the posing class scheduling link, details for individual, private, online, and in-person sessions, and then also the link for the posing tutorial video courses that I'm putting together for in this competitor community that I'm building as a platform to help kind of be a resource. So all of those below. Okay, that's all.